morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, something weird is going on. You see, there's a new Hawlucha card. This Hawlucha card is awesome. It's brilliant. One of the most fun cards around. And nobody knows where it's being distributed or how. Now, I have seen some incorrect information doing the rounds. We will correct that as we go along. But as it stands at the moment, something weird's going on. And yeah, I think we need to have a chat about this. You see, there is this new Hawlucha. And it is just the Scarlet and Violet base Hawlucha. Which, incidentally, very good Hawlucha sees a whole bunch of play. But it's got the CMLL logo on, which is basically Mexican wrestling. Which is kind of awesome. And the thing is, this is a real card. And it's been added to Pokemon TCG Live. This image comes from the lovely Primal Lugia over at Poker Guardian. And it's there. But it can only be obtained through code redemption or a special distribution method. So, it's there, but you can't just go and get it in the traditional way. You've got to go and get it in a special way, and nobody knows. But it is on PTCG Live. It is a real card. This is not a mock-up that somebody did and put out on Twitter and everyone went, oh, it's an amazing card. Oh, no. This is a real legit Pokemon card. But at the moment, it's on PTCG Live, but you can't get it. And we've got a scan of it, but no one knows how to get this card. It's a complete mystery. Now, there was a very appropriate place for this to be given out. Because you see, and there was a whole article about this on Pokemon.com. There was a Pokemon Legends ZA x CMLL Lucha Libre wrestling event, and it happened over on YouTube. And it was cool. My friend May went to that. He said it was amazing. It honestly looks amazing. And the whole point of that event was it was a promotional event to celebrate, well, I mean, it's a whole like Legends ZA thing, but obviously the new Mega Hawlucha. And let's not forget the reveal of Mega Hawlucha was in a fight between Hawlucha and Machamp. And, you can see from the banners here that it is Hawlucha and Machamp. You can see that the ring has Pokemon Legends ZA logo on it. You see where I'm going with this. This was the perfect place to give out this promo, to distribute this promo. Would have been wonderful. But like I say, my friend May was there. Hi, May. It wasn't given out there. And I know it wasn't given out there, because if it was given out there, I'd have been sending May a bunch of messages asking him, can you please get me one of these promos? I've done it when he's been at events before. I would have done it again here. The card was not given out at this promotional event, which incidentally is wild to me, because why was it not given out at this event? We've got a Hawlucha promo, which is real. We have a wrestling event, which has essentially been done because of Hawlucha and the incoming Mega, and we're not and to be clear, has the logo of the wrestling promotion on, and it's not given away at the Pokemon themed wrestling event by that promotion. In what world was this not given away at the event? Although, and I've said it before, but let me be perfectly clear, it wasn't given away at the event. I've already seen a bunch of people claiming it was. I don't know what to tell you. It just wasn't. But it's one of those things, because it's got the logo on it, a lot of people assumed it was given away at the event, and therefore just spread around that it was given away at the event. It wasn't given away at the event. And as a side note, and I've said this a few times lately, but I think it bears repeating now, please be careful where you get your news from, because I saw a bunch of places sharing around that it was given out at this event, and it wasn't, and that's a bad thing. Also, I do need to correct myself just very quickly. I said this was a regular Hawlucha. I was not clear enough there. What I mean is, it's a Hawlucha we've seen before. It's actually the pre-release promo print of Hawlucha. Here's the regular without a stamp, and the pre-release with the set stamp, and then obviously the promo all on the screen at the same time. And you can see there that the one where he's doing a bit of a kick, that is your regular Hawlucha. That was the one in the Scarlet and Violet set. And then the one with the Scarlet and Violet set logo on was your pre-release promo, was an alternate art. This is the same art as the pre-release promo, the alternate art, but with a different stamp. There we go. Now we're nice and clear. Apologies about that. But the point is, we're now in this weird holding pattern when no one knows what's going on with this promo. Again, it's real. It exists. We've got images. It's on Pokemon TCG Live, which means it's been added into Pokemon TCG Live by somebody at Pokemon. What's going on? Well, I don't know, because I don't work for Pokemon. I don't speak for Pokemon or represent them. But I can give you what is, I'm fairly confident, the actual answer. And the actual answer probably is, for some reason we don't know, the distribution at the event got cancelled. Because I've made a big point in this video of saying how utterly bizarre it is that this didn't get distributed at the event. I flatly refuse to believe it wasn't supposed to be given out at the event. I am sure it was supposed to be given out at the event. Because of all the reasons I just said a minute ago, it makes way too much sense. So with that borne in mind, it almost certainly, in my mind, not officially, but in my mind, it must have been intended to be given out at the event, and something happened. And I don't know what that something is. Maybe somebody looked at what happened with, for instance, the McDonald's Pikachu, or the Van Gogh Pikachu, previous promotional cards, and they went, it's not worth the hassle. The Van Gogh Pikachu came out at the Van Gogh Museum, and they literally had to stop giving it out at the Van Gogh Museum because people couldn't behave. The McDonald's Pikachu was given out at McDonald's in Japan, and it got to the point where they had to, well, I mean, it ran out super quickly, but then there was all kinds of pictures being shared around of people buying a bunch of food and just throwing it away, and just horrible behavior all around. Not cool. So maybe it was something like that. Maybe somebody involved went, yeah, you know what, we've had bad experiences with promo cards lately, people can't behave, let's not do this. Maybe it's something far less sinister. Maybe they literally just couldn't get them printed in time. Maybe they got them printed in time and a van broke down somewhere and they couldn't get them to the venue in time. We don't know. But I'm willing to believe that they were supposed to be given out at the venue, and because they weren't given out at the venue, they're now not on TCG Live, and round and round and round we go. Either way, this is a real card that does exist. But here's the thing. There's no guarantee this card's ever going to be given out. I know a lot of people are out there just assuming, well, they'll find another way to distribute this. Why? We don't need this card. We have this artwork on the pre-release promo. We have the card in Scarlet and Violet base. We don't need this card. If Pokemon never distribute this card, well, we miss out on a cool collectible, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect anything. There is a possibility this card just never gets released. I hope it does. I love Hawlucha. I've got a little Hawlucha figure on my desk. It is the only Pokemon figure on my desk right now. How cool is that? I think it's pretty cool. The point I'm making here is there is a lot of questions to which we just don't have answers. The best thing I can tell you right now is the card does exist. It was not given out at the event in Mexico, and we have absolutely no word as I record as to how, when, or even if this card will ever be distributed, which makes me a little bit sad. As a side note, it is a very playable card. Sees play in, for instance, Dragapult decks, because Dragapult drops 6 damage counters, and there's a lot of 70 HP Pokemon around, so essentially Hawlucha comes down, drops 1 damage counter, just with its coming into playability, and then all of a sudden that 70 HP Pokemon on the bench is in range of being KO'd by a Dragapult, and that works rather lovely. Or something like Monkey Dory, Dex taking advantage of that. It moves 3 damage counters, so the idea of being able to drop a Hawlucha, and then, double Monkey Dory, move 3 twice, that's 6, plus the 1 from Hawlucha, there's your 70 HP. It just puts a lot more pressure on your opponent, stops them being able to safely bench their little 70 HP Pokemon that most decks want to do. It's a cool card. And I think this is now the optimal version of Hawlucha. Or it would be if you could actually get a hold of it. Which, as we've kind of spent a long time having a chat about in this video, you can't. I personally hope it is distributed one day, but 2 key takeaways here are, no, it was not given out at that event over in Mexico, and no, it is not a given that all of a sudden it's going to magically be given out somewhere. It may well be distributed, but there is no guarantee that it will, and that is very, very important. So there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. How much do you want this promo to be given out? What do you think about it? Do you love it? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Danger Morales, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.